You're the head football coach, Steve Johnson. And, Coach, you talked last week, whoever's going to execute best is going to come away with a win, and your team did that really well Saturday. Talk about some of those things you guys did offensively and defensively that were successful.
Yeah, I think when we go into a football game, our goal needs to be to we talk about be who we are right away, and I'm not sure we felt that way in our first game. The second game out, our attention was called back to that, and we came out, we ran the ball well, played well on offense, but defensively we were really strong, disciplined, obedient, and fast and physical, and our coaches had the guys ready to go, and it was an exciting day. It felt like Bethel football, as we kind of grow into this thing with the loss of our 5 receivers. We've got great talent, but we still need a little bit of rhythm and that kind of thing to go along with a great quarterback in Eric Peterson. So those things kind of coming together, but they do when we just trust our base, and did a great job of the offensive line. Running backs just had a great day, and we threw the ball well, but we can even do better. And so
when you talk to the players after the game, every one of them said it was a great week of practice, and there was a lot of discipline in the last week to try and get back to who you are. How critical is that week between each game that you guys really have to get back to that base you're talking about and prepare for the next Saturday?
Well, I think that every week we've got to kind of renew our focus towards those things, and I think that practice all in camp was phenomenal. I'm really proud of our guys, how they practice. We do go ones against ones, and so we're getting after it because we just want our offense to see a great defense, our defense see a great offense, and so we really do have segments of our practice that are pretty live and frantic, yeah, and getting after it, and they get shorter and shorter as the year goes on. So you have to learn to practice together. You have to learn to grow. You have to be decidedly wanting to grow. We don't think in any way that practice last week was just for the Olaf game. Each week of practice is a layer and a foundation toward the next week, and hopefully we can keep playing as long as we can. That's our goal.
Well, one of the things, you talked about the success of the defense for sure, and certain components of the offense. Let's take the offensive specific. The 3 running backs had just a great day. Talk about the success you guys had running the ball, the offensive line, and the 3 backs that you have going full ahead.
We're blessed with great backs. Marshall Klitsky is a leader in his own right, and he's a junior, but just his toughness and his attention to detail, and he'll play anything and do anything and improve in everything, and he's just great that way. Brandon Marcourt is electric with his speed. He just can fly, and he's just so dangerous. You have to kind of know where he was. And then adding to that, Bridgeport Tussler, he's just, his feet and his moves and his power after his moves are very fun to watch, but also effective. And you feel like you're going in. What happens is when those guys run that well, and we broke a lot of tackles, that really helps the O-line get some gumption. And then when the O-line does a great job, that brings the backs into that. And so they kind of feed each other, and we want that.
That's good. Well, going into Carleton this week, they're coming off of a pair of losses, certainly going to try and get into the win column. Talk about how you guys can be successful as a team as you go down there.
Well, I think that, if we go back to our base, we're defense is the first thing, obedient, fast, and physical. Josh Trimer is playing lights out. Matt Melhorn's playing well out there, and so we've got some great things happening. So we're gelling back there with Danny Lytle and stuff, and our front is a little bit underrated right now. I think Steve Plocker's doing a great job for us, and Kyle Osmus is a veteran who's really doing well with that, and Van Duzer. But our alleys are super. They're really special with as far as Kevin Flaherty and Ben Waldquist, and not just exclusive to them with Phil Peterson and Jesse Mockley.
All right, well, this Saturday, 3rd game of the season, you go down to Carleton and 1 o'clock. Let's go.
Can't wait.